Bulgaria has a tradition of heavy manufacturing. During the communist era, Bulgarian factories produced heavy machines, including forklift trucks, for the Soviet economy. Most of the Soviet-era factories have closed because they were unable to compete with companies such as Kalmar. However, in their place, there's a growing number of small manufacturing companies seeking growth and profit through a very different cost structure.
And from these parts, they are cut over there, and they bring them here, and these men, and over there are some men who are put them together, so you can have a chassis. I don't know how is it in English. Yes.
Dimex manufactures smaller forklift trucks than Kalmar for customers in Eastern Europe and Russia. Their capital costs are much lower than Kalmar. Labour costs are also substantially lower in Bulgaria than in Sweden.
Who are the main people that do the buying?
Our customers are mostly Russians. It's not that expensive compared to other European firms like Linde or Stihl or this firm. Our prices are very low compared to these firms. Yeah. Over there, we paint the machines. Would like to see it? Yeah. Okay.
For Dimex, we'll ask a slightly different question. What's the minimum output that they require to cover their production costs and so break even? How many forklift trucks must Dimex manufacture in order to meet its costs? Let's assume fixed costs of £150,000. The variable costs for each truck we'll assume to be £10,000. The price for which it can sell its forklift truck we assume to be £12,000. Although we have a different company here, in a different country, with a different cost structure and different prices, the principles for establishing production levels remains the same. So let's look at Dimex in Bulgaria. And let's look at it like this. When demand is low, costs still have to be met. So this time we'll ask, how low could output be and the firm still able to cover its cost? Now, we established previously a term for profit in terms of sales, that B equals P times Q minus FC minus ABC times Q. Now here, some estimated costs converted to sterling are fixed cost equals 150, average variable cost equals 10, and the price of the forklift truck is equal to 12. Remember that all these numbers are in thousands of pounds sterling. So B equals 12Q minus 150 minus 10Q, which gives us 2Q minus 150. So Q equals B plus 150 over 2. Now this time we want the break-even level of output, so we'll set B equal to 0. So Q equals, the B term disappears because we've set it to 0. Q equals 150 over 2, that is to say 75. So the Bulgarian firm will have to sell 75 machines annually to cover costs if we've correctly represented its costs and its prices. Now let's compare that with our Swedish firm. What's the break-even point for the Swedish firm? Well, we calculated for them previously that Q equals B plus 1,110 over 10. So to find the break-even point for the Swedish firm, we'd set B equal to 0 and we get Q equals, again B is 0 so the B term disappears, Q equals 1110 over 10, which equals 111. The Swedish firm must sell 111 annually to cover costs. Now, it's not surprising that the Swedish firm has to make a substantially greater level of output to break even. The main reason is the high level of fixed costs that must be covered, although the higher price it can charge is also a factor. The output level, which a firm has to operate to cover costs and therefore stay in business, is really something that would be difficult to determine without the use of linear equations of this kind.